Hey guys, so we're continuing on with the beginning band first warm-up, and we are going to be moving on to the articulations, okay? So the articulation is how long, short, what kind of an accent the note has, and how to tongue it, okay? The articulations that are written on this page are tenuto, which is that little long line that's written below the note, or the staccato. Okay, and the staccato is the little dot that's on the quarter note. Okay, and it's a pretty cool word, right? Staccato. So nobody, hey man, how you doing? Staccato ese, orale, pues, then you sound kind of cool like that. Not really. Don't do that. Okay, but the staccato means short, and the tenuto means you're gonna make it long. We gotta be real careful with the staccato. Okay, staccato is short, but we also have to give it a little bit of length. Okay. So if you're looking at measure 27 on your warm-up, the first marking that you have is the tenuto. And we're going to make those long. You're still going to use your tongue, but you're going to use it very lightly, and you're going to make it nice and connected. 1, 2, ready. Again, 2, ready. Again, 2, ready. Again, 2, ready. So you see, it's a full length quarter note. You still use your tongue a little bit to make the distinction of the quarter note, but you don't slap your tongue real hard or anything like that. It's not an accent. You're just making the quarter notes nice and long. Okay, so now the next one would be the quarter notes with the staccatos. Those can be very dangerous. Okay, this is something we certainly do not want. Okay. We don't want them that short because there's a little rule in a staccato, and basically what you're going to do with the staccato is make the note half as long. So if you have a staccato on a quarter note, you're going to turn it into an eighth note. And that's going to give you a little bit of space in between the note, but you're still going to give it some length and some sound to the note. Okay? So if I go back to the tenuto, to the long quarter notes. 1, 2, ready. You should hear the difference right away. It was the same note, but you heard that I stopped on the upbeat of the quarter note, right? And then I give it a little bit of length, but it's still staccato because we're making it shorter. Okay? Your band directors have to let you know how long they want that quarter note. Okay? And it's always a game of matching. You guys already know this because you're in band. And what we want to do is match to what other people are doing around us. That's how we get that band sound. Okay? But we don't want to chop it out. We don't want to make a staccato choppy because then it sounds kind of corny. Okay? So here are the first two measures again. 1, 2, ready. And excuse me. So that's what we want to try and do, okay? Make sure that the staccato still has a little bit of length. Now, if any of you have studied this or look at the articulation study, it's the exact same scale. You're repeating the note. In one set you're doing tenuto, and the other set you're doing staccato, okay? So I'm going to play a little bit of it. I don't think I'll play the whole thing, just so you can get a real good idea, okay? 1, 2, ready. Okay, so right there I went up to the G. That's a good way for you guys to start, okay? So go ahead and work on that a little bit. Now, we're moving on past, do it 3, 4 times. You need to do it until you feel a little bit comfortable, okay? So we have to develop our chops in order to do that. So go ahead and do it a lot of times. And I'll see you guys in a little bit, okay? Push pause and then we'll go through the rest of it. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so we are back, and hopefully you're feeling what the length of those notes should be. Okay, another way, of course, is always to do it just with your mouthpiece. You can hear the buzzing right away. See, mine didn't come out so good on that first staccato, right? You have to take a bigger breath. 1, 2, ready. All right, so since I'm practicing the tonguing, you don't necessarily have to change notes when you're buzzing, right? You're practicing how it feels to tongue the staccato and the tenuto. One important thing I didn't mention is we don't want to chop off the note with the tongue either when we do the staccato. So after I tongue, I put my tongue to stop the sound, and that really makes it sound really weird, okay? So we don't want to stop the sound with our tongue. You even hear a little bit of a lift after, when you don't use your tongue, you hear that little bit of lift and you just stop pushing the air, okay? So that, I hope, talk to your band directors, you know, if they'll let you know exactly what it is they want to hear when you do these articulations, okay? And again, it's all about matching to the rest of the band. So we got to listen and match to whatever it is that's going on around us, okay? Yeah, that's an articulation. I'm going to start on the G, and then I'm going to keep going up to the D and maybe go a little bit down, because all this is repetition, right? We're getting used to the tonguing, pushing the air, making sure that our notes sound as good as possible. Okay, I'm starting on the G, on the tenuto. 1, 2, ready. So on and so forth, all the way down to the C. Okay, this is one of the things you just gotta practice, guys. Okay, you gotta listen, make sure we don't make the staccatos choppy. Don't use your tongue to stop the note, just stop the air, and it should give you a nice pretty ring. And of course, wherever it is that you're not sounding good, chances are you need a little bit more air. Okay, and now that becomes even trickier when you do the D up there. Remember I told you that it tends to be flat. Make sure that you're pushing a lot of air, especially when you're tonguing, and you have to make it a little bit shorter than what on the staccato. Okay, good practicing, guys. Go at it. We'll see you next time.